I want to thank you all for coming out on such short notice, but we feel this is an important message for us to get out to the citizens of this region. Here today with me is New Orleans Fire Chief Roman Nelson, St. Bernard Fire Chief Earl Borden, West Wego Fire Chief Ken Bouvier, Director of Fire Services for Jefferson Parish Don Robertson, Marrero Harvey Fire Chief Stephen Guidros, Morel Estelle Fire Chief Daniel Danos, Marrero Ragusa District Chief Matt Ducote, Avondale Assistant Chief Corey Canada, Terrytown Chief of Fire Prevention Darrell Clump, Terrytown Captain of Fire Prevention Randy Oten, LCMC Health EMS Director Reed Miller, LCMC Community Affairs Brittany Verdon, Harvey Volunteer Fire Company Number 2 Assistant Chief Michael McAuliffe. And I may have missed somebody, but I apologize to those that I missed. First of all, throughout the course of the year, we put on hurricane safety, cooking safety during Thanksgiving, Christmas tree and light safety. These are yearly events. The weather conditions we are anticipating in the next 2 to 3 days rarely occur in this area. The last time we saw a freeze of this nature was approximately 8 years ago. The last time it snowed to the magnitude in this region that's of what's forecasted was December 31st, 1963. I don't think there's a chief standing here that participated in that event. Did you know? Okay. So we are here as we venture into this uncharted territory to give you information that will hopefully help you, which in turn will help us help you, and help keep the men and women of the fire service, EMS, and police safe. With that, I turn it over to Fire Chief Don Robertson.
Thank you, Chief. Good afternoon. I'm Don Robertson. I'm the Director of Fire Services for Jefferson Parish. As Chief Morris just said, we are getting into some of the worst winter weather that anyone can remember. We want to preach the easiest thing for us and for us to do our job correctly is for the people to stay home. Stay in your home. We will give a lot of tips today on being safe in your home. But if you stay home, it makes our job easier so we can get our first responders out. Tragically this morning on the West Bank, there was a fatality fire in the Bridge City 9 Mile Point area. We are not completely sure of how this fire occurred because it's still under investigation. But we will talk about using the wrong things to heat your homes. We have to preach again. We want you to stay home, but you have to listen to these chiefs today to make sure you understand the safety tips that we are going to talk about. I want to remind everybody in Jefferson Parish, if anybody needs any questions answered, please call our EOC that is manned from at now until the end of this incident at 349-5360. I'll now turn it over to Chief Nelson with the New Orleans Fire Department.
Thank you, Chief, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Roman Nelson, the Superintendent of the New Orleans Fire Department. What you're seeing here today is chiefs throughout our region, and we're coming together because we really want to stress the importance of everyone being safe throughout this unprecedented weather that we're about to experience. The first primary thing, as the chief said, is stay off the roads if you don't have to be on the roads. We know everyone is used to moving around the way they need to, but down here in the South, we are not experienced with driving on the type of roads that we're going to see, the levels of snow that we're going to see, the potential for ice. If you don't have to go out, just stay at home and help keep everyone safe, including our first responders, so that we can move around safely. The chief talked about the fire that occurred in Jefferson Parish yesterday and the unfortunate fatality. We also had an unfortunate fire this morning in New Orleans East that was fireplace related. So I really want to touch on safe heating. Space heaters, be careful with the space heaters. As we like to say, space heaters need space. Make sure that you keep at least 3 feet away from anything near your space heaters that could be combustible. Do not leave the space heaters unattended. Do not leave children unattended in the vicinity of space heaters. We talked about those fireplaces. If you have a fireplace, if you haven't used your fireplace in 20 years, don't use it during this event. Well, unfortunately, what we see is that those linings and everything in those fireplaces can become cracked and let fire escape. So if you haven't had it checked recently, just don't use it. If your fireplace is in good working condition, make sure that you're using the proper type of wood, seasoned wood, and also make sure that the flue is open so that those gases can escape. Do not use any type of alternative heating source in a way that it's not designed to. Primarily what we're talking about is using your stove or an oven to heat your home. They suck up all of the oxygen in the home and also put off carbon monoxide, which is not safe, right? You definitely don't want to use anything like a barbecue pit or one of these patio type of heaters as we have behind us, right? Because again, they're not designed for heating the home. They take out the oxygen and they put off carbon monoxide that could be fatal. So again, we're all here because we want everyone to be safe. This is a partnership throughout our region. And please stay home, be safe, and just follow all of our safety tips to keep yourselves and your family safe, as well as our first responders through this event. Thank you.
How y'all doing? I am Earl Boyden, the Fire Chief of St. Bernard Fire Department. I want to talk to you about a few different things this morning. One, many people are recommending that residents run water to prevent pipe freezing, which is not a bad thing, but we want to reinforce that pencil size running, it doesn't have to be fully open. This presents a hazard to our fire departments. With that amount of water being run in all the residents and businesses, it lowers the water pressure for our firefighters. Should an incident happen, that is one of the most critical resources that we have, is the water pressure from the city lines. So let's all do our part to try to minimize that. To catapult off of that, as Chief Nelson said, this is a regional approach. We all have our individual priorities, but from a regional standpoint, well, many of the departments have enacted our regional mutual aid agreements, where we're going to help the neighboring departments should the needs arise. We have many bridges that may freeze over and end up being closed, which is going to isolate different parts of our region. And we will have departments respond into other areas to help if it becomes necessary. So with that, I'm going to pass it to Chief Ken Bouvier from West Wego Fire Department. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Ken Bouvier of West Wego Fire Department, and I'm going to talk to you today about generator safety. In the event that we have more ice than we're used to seeing, we could lead to a power outage. When ice builds up on power lines, it gets heavy and it pulls it off the pole and shorts out, and that leads to power emergencies. So we want to make sure that you're safe. So right now is the time you should be charging your cell phones and be prepared in the event of a power outage, and have your flashlights ready. Don't use candles for visibility. We would prefer you use flashlights. So if you're using a generator, we want you to remember the 20-20-20 rule. That's 20 feet away from any door, window, or vent, air conditioner, or heating unit, so that it doesn't pull any carbon monoxide into your residence. The second 20 rule is wait 20 minutes if you have to refuel. You want to shut the generator off, wait 20 minutes till it cools down, then pour your gasoline so that the vapors of the gasoline don't ignite on a hot generator. And then the last 20, you should already done it, and that's the $20 you should have spent for a carbon monoxide detector to make sure that in the event that you are running a generator, if you have some type of buildup of carbon monoxide, the detector would alert you and safely get you out of the residence. Remember, if you do have a fire, we hope you don't, but if you do, exit the home, meet at your meeting point, and don't go back in for any reason. We're coming. We may have to come just a little bit slower if it's icy roads, because if we don't take our own safety first, we can't help you if we don't get there. So remember, we're just urging you, stay off the roads. Go home, get a hot cup of coffee, enjoy your TV, and just stay off the road. You'll help us out tremendously. Thank you for having us.
Good afternoon. My name is Darrell Klump. and I am the chief of the Fire Prevention Bureau in Terrytown, at Terrytown Volunteer Fire Department. Some of the most important tools that we have in firefighting are not carried on a fire truck. But what you can do is check your CO detectors or your smoke detectors. They can save your life. They can buy us the time we need to help you get saved. So the detectors then need to be checked. Your CO2 detectors need to be checked. And we will come out, and there's a program by the State Fire Marshal's Office that we all participate in, that for free of charge, we'll come out and install detectors into your house. So if you think you may need one, call your local fire department and make an appointment for somebody to come out and help you. So in closing, I just want to ask you this very simple thing. Help us help you by staying off the roads, and help us help you by giving us that extra few minutes that could save your life. Check your detectors, check your CO, so that we can respond in a timely manner. The life we will save will not only just be yours, but it will be your family's. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Stephen Guidros with the Merle Harvey Fire Department. As the extreme winter weather arrives, we urge you to prioritize your safety and stay at home and off the roads. The road conditions that we're going to face starting tonight is something that we have never seen before, and most of us do not know how to operate in them. The conditions are going to become hazardous, and our emergency services are going to be working tirelessly to respond to those needs. As the other chiefs have said, we are going to be on our way. It's going to take us a little bit longer to get to there, but we will be coming to help you. By choosing to stay indoors, you're not only protecting yourself, but you're allowing us first responders to focus on the critical emergencies without the added challenges of navigating the dangerous roadways. Please stay safe and warm at home. Together we can ensure that our community remains safe during this winter weather. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Reed Miller. I'm the director of East Jefferson EMS. On the medical front, I want to emphasize that hospitals are not shelters. If you do find the need to go to a shelter, on the West Bank, they are going to have Terrytown Playground open with a warming center. On the East Bank, they will have the Rio Lario Center open by Mike Miley Playground, available as warming centers. So if you do need a warm up or you do need to take shelter, please do so there. Do not activate EMS or fire to evacuate you from there. Another thing I want to emphasize, like all the other chiefs said, is the best way you can help your first responders is to stay off the road. Stay home, stay safe. If you do activate us, understand that we are going to come, but it is at a great risk to ourselves. So if we get into an accident on the way, at that point we're working 2 accidents as opposed to 1. So just want to reemphasize, make sure that you guys are staying safe, stay off the roads if you can, and stay warm. Thank you.
All right. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone who came out and participated, the media, and all my counterparts here. As you can see, we work together tremendously well as a region, not just through our mutual aid agreements, but through our relationships, our personal relationships that we have with each other. We want everybody in the community in this region to realize that we're all here to protect our individual communities, but we work together as a region to help each other protect their community. So with that, I want to thank everyone, and I want everyone to be safe and remain in your homes, as we said, as we asked you to. If you don't have to travel, please don't, because it's one thing to have your car sliding down the road. It's a whole nother animal to have one of those 50,000-pound fire trucks sliding down the roads. So with that, we want to hope everybody is a safe event through this time, and we'll see you on the other side. Thank you.